Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is brought to you by Kingpyn and sponsored by PixBet. This bout is also sanctioned by the ISKA, the supervisor in charge, Paul Nichols, and the timekeeper at the bell, Barry Delaney, and the third man in the ring in charge of the action, referee Tim Isley, and the three judges scoring ringside, Troy Houlihan, Connor Doyle, and Jack Joel. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to all in attendance in the 3 Arena, Dublin, Ireland, and for the whole world watching live on the DAZN, ladies and gentlemen, let's see some thunder! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the yellow and green. His official weight of 169.5 pounds. He has a record of 5 fights, 2 losses, and 3 wins. Hailing from Watford, England, United Kingdom, the member of the Beta Squad. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you, Kingpyn! Across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the black and blue. His official weight of 168 pounds. He's currently undefeated with 3 wins, 1 draw, and 2 wins. Hailing from the biggest star in Brazil, the multi-talented entertainer, the comedian, actor, rapper, boxer, the iceberg, from Bob Jesus Pinal in Brazil, Whindersson Nunes!
Okay guys, on a nice clean fight, okay, we've got the instructions in the changing room, okay? When I say break, break, okay? Good luck guys, get ready. Okay, come on.
Wait, these stare downs have provided so much information for us, and again, everything you said earlier was shown clearly in that picture. Height and reach advantage must be capitalized on or overcome.
Malcolm, it's moments like these where you define yourself as a main eventer. For King Kenny, he's up against it all. For Whindersson, you're here to prove everyone right. Who is gonna prove the other one wrong?
Well, the atmosphere was absolutely incredible, and there's still more to come.
Solid jab right away from Kenny. To the body as well. And listen, Whindersson will be happy to wear those if he can do that right there. If he can find one and then pull counter, get to where he wants to, and eat up the body, then go upstairs in close.
When discussing this earlier, we said one of the key factors was confidence with Kenny.
Absolutely, you have to be able to establish that this is your ring. Sure, he's a superstar in comedy, and he does some other things, but when it comes to this ring, you own it, you have to. If Whindersson gets already the mind games in this first round, you're already half beat.
Sharp work from Kenny to start this round.
And he's talking to Whindersson a little bit. He said, yeah, come on. Walk forward. That's what Kenny wants. He wants Whindersson to come in over-aggressive so he can counter him.
We mentioned confidence. He's even
waving to the crowd.
Nunes crowd here.
Yeah, he's waving to the crowd. He's living in this moment. You love to see it from Kenny. Look at how he's grown as a fighter, man. And now he's taunting a little bit with his jab. Doubling it up as well. Showing him that backhand. Great head movement from Kenny, and he turns the angle.
We saw the transformation when the win was announced in the man, didn't we? We saw that chest up. There was just something about his demeanor that said, watch out for him.
Cross guard as well there from Kenny. Look at that. Now he's playing a lot of games here, and Whindersson's happy to oblige it, but at the end of the day, he knows what Whindersson has. He's got to take him seriously here.
trying to do here is take the sting out of Whindersson and the crowd, Wade.
He is. He's playing with him a little bit, man. And this crowd is only going to continue to try to add their guy on, to try to will Whindersson into it. But here's the thing, Malcolm. They can't fight for him. And Kenny right now is putting on display with that lead hand. Leading on the ropes, man.
This kidology is to specifically dampen the atmosphere, to take the sting out of everything that's behind Nunes.
It's not only that, Malcolm. It's to get Nunes right here. It's to get him a little bit more inside, right? Yeah, come forward. Come forward like you want to. Play my game. Kenny is playing his game and mind games Whindersson Nunes because he wants him over-aggressive. He wants him to walk forward so he can counter him with something big.
Oh, fascinating stuff here in the opening round. And we talked about confidence being a factor with Kenny. Well, again, the picture tells the whole story here.
Beautiful head movement there. Who is this King Kenny I'm seeing, man? This is beautiful.
If that was an impression, that backward movement and the angle, you're looking at Chris Eubank Sr. when he works back.
It's unbelievable. He's got that right hand triggered and ready too, man. It's not like it's not there. Right now, he's just playing with his foot a little bit. He's using that jab with his lead hand, and Whindersson right now doesn't have an answer.
Big round for King Kenny.
Statement round right there. Statement round.
That's what I was trying to say, Wade. He was really trying to pull the teeth of the crowd and say, hey, this is what's going to happen.
1-2-1. It goes to the uppercut underneath. Shakes his head at Whindersson, says, I'm the star in this ring. I belong here just like you do. Look at that head movement.
And then he does a Floyd Mayweather and leans on the ropes.
Then the jab behind it as well. Then the uppercut, left hook. Beautiful stuff here you're seeing from Kenny. Jab, and it's a rhythm interrupter, right? You're seeing him.
There's your Chris Eubank.
Does the double hand clap behind him and gets back to it. Beautiful work, and you're right. Just shades of Chris Eubank there, and then, but all of this window dressing, all Kenny's doing is to break the rhythm of Whindersson Nunes. That jab is a rhythm breaker, and what I mean is Whindersson loves to work off his first punch landing. That opens up the lane for him to move inside and then create combinations. Kenny doesn't even allow that to start.
He continued the kidology by being right in the middle of the ring before Whindersson could get off his stool.
Kenny is so loose right now. I don't think I've ever seen him fight like this. Right hand from Kenny. That hurt it. That hurt Whindersson. Man, what a big shot. This is just a star-making performance right now from Kenny. But I will say this, you can't get lax. You cannot allow Whindersson to creep his way back into this fight. And Kenny is styling on him right now. But that prey could very much turn to predator if Kenny's not careful. Got to keep on that jab, got to keep working.
It's the variety of the work as well, though, Wade.
Yeah.
Which I think is confusing Whindersson. He's...
Huge left hook from King Kenny. Oh my goodness, they told me about this when I went and watched him spar and train. They said his left hook is deadly, and he puts Whindersson down with it here in round 2.
It's the variety of the work to set it up, Wade, as well.
This is bad news if you're a Whindersson fan. Kenny is here to silence the crowd. He's styling on Whindersson here. Can he close the show? Right hand as well.
Dangerous times for Whindersson Nunes. King Kenny is on fire.
And I love this patience here from Kenny. He's not looking to rush anything. This fight has come to him the entire time. Why change things now? You're having success fighting your fight. Just because you knock Whindersson down doesn't mean you change the game plan. You do exactly what you're doing.
He's playing with him at the moment. That's what he's doing.
Absolutely.
Here, Wade.
Playing with his food, and again, just being patient with the shots.
He's messed with Whindersson mentally here, Wade.
That right hand lands there. Whindersson can get his legs back. He can make things a little interesting here.
He needs to as well to get the crowd inspired again, to get himself inspired.
That's the biggest point right there, Malcolm. The crowd be damned. He has to get himself back into this fight. Everything that he came in, Kenny just flipped it on its head.
Oh, and he caught him
another right
again with the right hand there.
Whindersson has to be able to get some confidence back here. Has to, because right now, Kenny is sucking air out of this ring.
And you know the frightening thing, Wade? He's doing it genuinely without breaking sweat. It's not like he's going to fold. It's not like he's going to gas. He's not even exerting himself.
Malcolm, when you talk about manifesting a fight, Visualize it. I'm sure you talk to your fighters about it. This is what you tell them to think about. Think about landing every exchange. Think about being smooth working there. No effort needed. Nothing forced. That's what Kenny's doing.
You dream of these days.
Absolutely.
Nothing's going wrong for him. Nothing.
And again, it's still a fight, right? Round 2, and Whindersson's still on his feet. He still has 2 hands, 2 gloves, and he can move forward. If you're Kenny, you keep doing what you're doing, but you have to realize the threat in front of you at all times. Nice right hand there again, and he smiles at Whindersson. Ooh, my goodness.
Whindersson, right at the end of the round there, wanted to call Kenny on, and that's what he's got to do. He's got to make him overconfident, overexert, and then look to counter.
Through 2 rounds, we're seeing utter dominance from King Kenny. To the body, Whindersson overcommits here and gets clipped for it. Look at that beautiful body work with the shoulder to get in range. Said, hold that, let me create some space, and then I'll throw my hook.
Look at the shoulder. Look.
That's the teachings of Daily Paralysis on display. Beautiful shot, and I absolutely lost my mind in there. That's such good work, man. And again, it wasn't a lot of effort to get to the shot. We have 10-ounce gloves on here, Malcolm. It doesn't take that.
Look at him. He's not sweating. Look at him in his corner. There's not a bead of sweat on him. If Whindersson's hoping that he will flag, he's got to have a plan B.
Has to. And like you said, maybe the strategy is now for Whindersson to play the back foot game, because clearly trying to get to range is not working. Maybe you try to get Kenny to bait Kenny into a back and forth here and walk him onto a shot, because as of right now, the shots you're throwing out aren't even coming close.
Whindersson has got to stay focused.
He's got to get his head off the center line. He has to.
And he's got to keep his shape. That's
just an overcommittal there, though. Just an overcommittal to the shot. And again, Kenny, slick, smooth, pivoted out. Got the range separated again. Got to use some head movement here if you're Whindersson. And not just the pull right hand. It's got to be off the center, left to right. Jab behind it, right hand behind that. Because this is just food for Kenny. He's picking him apart.
That right almost got through the guard as well. It's at the moment, Whindersson he's at totally the wrong range.
Kenny knows exactly where he's at in the ring too. He felt the ropes, just glided away.
At the moment, with no disrespect to him, because we know how he can box, Whindersson is like a rabbit in the headlights. I think he's amazed by what Kenny is producing. No one expected this.
Malcolm, it's just so hard because Kenny has now learned how to use his jab, but there's more behind it now. It used to just be a jab from Kenny and defense. Now he's putting combinations behind it, because if you walk into it, you used to be able to walk through it. Now, not so much. You're going to hit the canvas.
Snapping that jab out accurately. Whindersson has been at that range the whole part of this round so far. He's not managed to close the gap. He's not managed to make a dent in Kenny's defense.
And anytime he tries, and you know something that Kenny's doing here to create some variety? He isn't just framing him off with his jab. He says, you want to play the game in close? I'll shoe shine a little bit here, Sugar Ray Leonard-esque, and then come upstairs with a hook.
Oh, the shoulder again.
Whindersson landed a nice uppercut there off the lead hand. But that shoulder work is there once again from Kenny, to bump and lean out. It's got to be more, though, from Whindersson. It can't just be moments. You're down 2 rounds with the knockdown. And Kenny just patient here on the ropes. Great head movement.
He can afford to be at this pace and at this work rate and with the amount he's landing. He's not even exerting himself at the moment. This is the problem for Whindersson.
Whindersson shakes that one off, but we've already seen what the damage Kenny can do with that lead and backhand. And he's trying to, like you said, he's trying to get Kenny to play the game. He's like, come on, yeah, come forward.
There comes a time, Wade, when nothing else is working. You've got to start thinking about boxing dirty. And what I mean by that is getting inside that range and
100%.
him up.
100%. Right now, he's letting Kenny bully him a bit. He's talking to him, and Kenny's talking back, but Kenny is just bullying him with the jab. And Whindersson's okay to take it. You can't be okay with it. You can't smile and nod. It's got to be more than that.
Step in, get your own shoulder going. Give him a nudge, get your head down into his chest.
Because Kenny can fight at this pace the entire fight.
Exactly,
He can do this all day long. Whindersson's not going to find an opening. Last 2 rounds for Whindersson have to be go for broke. There is no more standing at range and taking jabs, smiling back, and then running right back into it. There has to be some urgency here from Whindersson Nunes.
The moment that first jab comes out, Nunes has got to get in there at an angle and work in close. That's what he's got to do, but he's got to do it fast and hard and stay there.
But the reason he can't get there is, again, off of the jab, right? Whindersson throws that uppercut, and it's nowhere to be found because he's not anywhere close to Kenny. It's got to be more than just throwing under the jab because he's getting stuck with it time and time again. And he can't be satisfied here either. This can't be where you win the fight. Head movement, parry shots around. But right now, Kenny is in full control.
The key moments are when they turn, and Whindersson allows Kenny to turn without throwing a shot.
Left hook uppercut again there from Kenny, and these are landing clean. The guard is up, and he's getting through. Beautiful. Splits the timing with the jab there. You saw that. He let Whindersson relax for just a second, and then he split the timing. I do like the switch up there from Whindersson. He tried to go drop step and then run into a southpaw stance with his lead hand forward, but it's not enough to just show it. It's got to be more.
Wade, at the moment, it's the old cliche, the matador and the bull.
Yeah. I like that. I like that step into range left hook.
He's got to, and he's got to stay there.
Yeah.
He's got to stop boxing, and start fighting Kenny.
Yeah, because right here, where Kenny can just tee off with that jab and smile at him, it's not going to be enough. And his corner knows it. They're screaming for it. They're like, you got to break that range. You have to get in there.
Yeah.
And it's just so hard, man. We're commentating. The corner's on the outside in the fight. I wouldn't want to be standing in front of that jab from Kenny either, because I'm sure he knows he needs to get there, but it's just an impossible task right now. There's a nice left hand to the body there from Whindersson. But Kenny with the 3-punch combo to answer. And Whindersson saying, hey, you're not hurting me. That's a nice double left hook there from Whindersson.
It's moments. It's got to be consistent. He's got to keep his foot on the gas. He's got to ask questions, Kenny. He hasn't taken him out of his comfort zone. He hasn't broken his rhythm.
Nope. Not once. Not once has he hurt Kenny. Not once has he got him off his game plan. Around the guard, Kenny goes with the right hand. To the body, uppercut. Anything and everything Kenny wants right now, he has it.
I hate to say it in a bout so important with so much at stake, but Kenny's turning it into a sparring session.
At this point, he's relaxed. He knows what Whindersson has. Whindersson hasn't showed him anything new since the first round. Kenny has read it, downloaded, and now he's attacking consistently, doing whatever he wants. Beautiful work from Kenny again. Leans on it, makes him think that pressure's there. Slides away.
3-punch combination to follow. No way.
They were so confident that they could break the range of Kenny. They were super. And look at Daly Perales. Kenny is, for all intents and purposes, got 4 rounds in the bank, and Daly is screaming at him like he's down 4. That's the mark of a good coach, not letting his fighter rest on his laurels for this 5th and final. Instead, it's time to close the show.
Whindersson's got to stay in the pocket and he's got to fire away. I can't see it because Kenny's got so much more still left in the tank.
Absolutely, and he's showing it right here to start the round.
He could do 10 rounds on this form.
At this pace, with his jab, I don't disagree. He could be just like this for the next 5 if he wanted to. And Whindersson's just not showing him enough in the lead, man. He's throwing 1 shot at a time. And now Kenny's pushing him with both hands, just pushing him around. The referee's warning him about it with the open hand, but still.
He doesn't care.
He's just whatever.
There's no need to worry.
There's a short left hook there from Whindersson.
That's where he needed to be 2 rounds ago.
Yeah. And again, good body work from Kenny, not just to land to the body, but that shoulder, taking it into his sternum. Just touching him right now. It's a touch spar.
It's pretty it's a sparring session. He's had harder sparring in the build-up to this fight, I'm telling you.
So far, I could agree 100%. And again, it's just the same thing. Look at that. Beautiful. Way to close the range from Kenny. Using his shoulder to block any of those jabs or lead hands incoming and the backhand behind it.
Wade, it's as simple as this. It's not a script Whindersson would ever have read in any shape or form.
Not at all. And if it was a script, I mean, let's be honest, the people in the stands, the fans, they all were behind Whindersson, and Kenny said, that's cool.
Yeah.
I decided to not show up for acting class today. I didn't get any script. I'm here to flip the entire movie on its head. And that's what he's done throughout all 5 rounds. Beautiful work. Multi-punch combos from Kenny, and he punctuates it at the end. And again, to the body. Fighting in the phone booth with Whindersson Nunes here, putting the pressure on him as the time runs out.
Wait, I can't stress the dominance of this performance.
Oh my goodness.
The total domination of this performance has been scary.
It's unbelievable the evolution we're seeing Kenny go through right in front of our eyes. Stepping into range, just playing with his food, uppercuts, just whatever he wants, he's loose. No defense because he doesn't need it. He is styling on Whindersson Nunes, cross guard, stomping into range, uppercut again.
It's beautiful.
This might be the best performance I've seen in influencer boxing. I'm not even joking with you. Look at the head movement. Are you kidding me?
Unbelievable. King
What
Kenny.
am I seeing right now? This is...
Well, you're watching the King.
I'm truly watching a man that is wearing the crown. This is a performance for the ages in influencer boxing. This is a where were you moment in our scene, because I'm telling you right now, King Kenny's gone to a different level. He's gone to a different level, Malcolm.
Well, a 5-round shutout is an understatement.
Wow.
What a performance. Look at the corner. They know that is the performance of the night.
Performance of the night, Malcolm. Performance of a lifetime for King Kenny.
What I thought should have been the final has turned into one of the most one-sided bouts you can imagine.
Wow. And if you're Nissan Gibb, who's the man that King Kenny will fight in the final, what do you say about that?
What do you say about this, Wade?
In the pocket, boom. Whatever he wanted. Shocked. Shocked. And you hear Dele Perales, he is screaming at the top of his lungs.
And
where is Gibb?
Rightly so. What a performance. Look at this. It's unbelievably good.
We are commentators, Malcolm. Our job is to put things into words that the viewing audience can understand, and we don't have the words to describe this.
Also, the thing I'm trying to get across is it can sound so biased, but what else can you do today?
What do you do?
You can't you can't do anything else.
Look at that.
He just landed an uppercut with both his hands round his knees.
Boom, and another one behind it, man. It was target practice at the end of this fight. Malcolm, I'm going to leave you to it, but I'm going to try to form some words here with King Kenny and figure out what the hell I just saw.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable from King Kenny. Unbelievable from King Kenny. Daily. Unbelievable. Perfect. What a performance from King Kenny. Nobody could quite believe it in the auditorium. King Kenny's team, the opposition, the whole auditorium's virtually gone silent as they've watched a masterclass from this man reach the final. And as Wade said, in influencer boxing, what do you say to that? What an incredible way for one man to end an incredible show. We've had an absolutely amazing night of boxing tonight. High stakes indeed. Brilliant performances. I felt the female semi-finals were electric, and now this man gives us this. I cannot wait for the finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges scored about 50 to 44. And your winner by unanimous decision, King